It's Sunday morning and time for Midlands Matters on WWNQ, Forest Acres, Columbia, Lexington. A local program featuring discussion of the news and issues that matters to the Midlands from 94.3 The Dude and our news partner, ColaDaily.com.
Good morning and welcome to Midlands Matters here on 94.3 The Dude. This morning we're talking about books and learning. My grandmother always said, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. I thought she was a crazy old bird. Turns out I can't even do math anymore. But of course, the basis of learning is reading. So from the South Carolina State Library, I want to welcome Curtis Rogers, the Communications Director, and Sean Gruber. You are the Public Information Specialist. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
First of all, I need to know, what is the Dewey Decimal System and how do I use it?
We never get asked that.
I'm sure you don't.
Well, a lot of libraries, they have all different kinds of systems. So
right.
Dewey Decimal is just one of them.
What's the basis of how it works?
Well, it's a numerical system broken up into different categories, and all those different categories stand for different topics and subjects, and it's just something that you use to find books. But a lot of libraries actually now are going to a more browsable system, kind of like a bookstore.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
really?
like different subject areas.
Oh, that's smart too.
So like if you go over to Richland Library, you might see just categories that say art or crafts.
Right.
So libraries are really changing, and some are stepping away from that kind of strict Dewey Decimal System, and then you have your academic libraries who use
right.
the various classification systems. So
sure,
it just runs the gamut.
And I got to be honest, I do a lot of my research online, although I'm still an old school book guy. Like I'll print something out or I'll grab a book. I like the tactile feel of it. And I don't go to libraries enough, but every time I do step into a library, I forget how ridiculously amazing they really are. I mean, there's so much there.
It is. It truly is amazing, and I think that's what probably drew me to wanting to work in a library, and I've been working in libraries for about 27 years now.
Right.
So, yeah, there's a little bit of everything. If you want to know a little bit about everything, then a library is a great place to go.
Well, let's talk about your library. I'm sorry, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about your library, the South Carolina State Library. Of course, everyone knows the Richland County Library, the Lexington system, depending on where you live. But we have a whole library that's funded and I guess operated by the state, right?
Right. We are the state's library. So we not only support citizens of South Carolina directly, but we also support state government employees.
Right.
We support all of the libraries in the state, most pointedly the public libraries, because we are a pass-through funding agency, and we receive state funds as well as federal funds. So we offer grants to libraries across the state and support various statewide programs. We also have a talking book services for the blind and physically handicapped. We have about 6,000 patrons statewide, so we offer a lot of different things.
Now, is the state library? Of course, you guys work in downtown Columbia and that's the one with big lions, right?
Exactly.
Right at the front. Are there satellite South Carolina State Library offices, or do people come here and then you do the outreach programs?
Yep, we only have one building. We're at the corner of Senate and Bull Street,
okay.
And we're open to the public. Our first floor is open to the public. We can give folks tours. A lot of times you'll see people coming up to the library taking their photo with the lions out front. So, we're close to the State House right downtown.
Awesome.
But I mean, it's still we can be very flexible. A lot of our training these days is with webinars.
Right.
So we don't actually have to physically be in a location to offer training to people.
Sure.
We can use with Self-E or some of our other training systems that we put out there, online publishing. I mean, we offer a lot of that for libraries and state agencies across the state.
Now, Sean, you one of your things you do is you actually go through a lot of the titles and things. And the neat thing about the South Carolina State Library is there's a lot of rare titles and very cool books that you guys have, right?
Right. So our library does not have a very large general collection. Mm-hmm. However, we try and keep a copy of any book that's been published about South Carolina for people to check out. And a facet of that is our rare book collection. So it kind of runs the gamut: natural history, politics, speeches, encyclopedias. We have a lot of it. And one of the things that I've been doing since I came on board a few months ago was to do a feature in our newsletter from our collection, just showcasing a rare book and the history of it. So we have one of the latest things I've done is there is a picture book that was selected to by our preservationist to be featured, and it was owned initially by a man named Sally. He was born early 1800s. Was actually one of our first state archivists.
Really?
So pretty much all of his collection actually got donated to us. And the really funny thing about it is that he was really big on notation. He has all kinds of things written in the margins of his books. A lot of the times it actually it's him correcting something that's incorrect in the book. He's kind of snarky about it. For instance, the one that the picture book that I was that I'd showcased, our preservationist pointed out that he actually wrote in the margins underneath an image of a palmetto tree that the palmetto tree that they said was fully grown was not actually fully grown. So there's a lot of interesting things like that in there. Very beautifully designed. Right. Stuff that you just can't find anywhere else.
Now, can you check these books out like a traditional library? Do you like a book like that? It seems like you wouldn't want to necessarily have that lost.
Right. And so with the rare book collection, you cannot check them out. However, if you come and visit the library, we can show it to you. You can go and sit and look at it, go through the pages, ask whatever questions you like.
Right.
You just have to set up an appointment.
That's great. So, and I guess you kind of alluded to it, but just so I understand, the collection with the South Carolina State Library is a little different. So like I couldn't probably find Judy Blume books that I could check out for my 12-year-old daughter, or do you have those titles, the traditional library titles as well?
Well, one thing that we do that's also pretty interesting is our SC Lens Consortium. So we've partnered with 19 other libraries across the state.
Right.
And essentially we share catalogs. So if you go through this SC Lens system, not only do you see all of our collection and what you can check out there, but you can also see and search all the catalogs for all these 19 other libraries. If you find something you like, you can get it ordered, and it can be sent to one of those 19 libraries or to us, and then you can just pick it up. It's all free.
It's all free.
So
I love that.
So all of their collections, I mean, I use it all the time. It's very convenient for me. And once again, another kind of neat thing about it is a lot of these smaller rural libraries have books that only went through one printing that are very hard to find, some things that you can't even find at some of the larger, more metropolitan libraries. So I'll actually go to SC Lens if I'm trying to find something that went out of print in the 80s or that's hard to find these days. I'll go through SC Lens, and I'm amazed at what I find.
And that URL is SC Lens?
Actually, if you just go to the State Library website, it's statelibrary.sc.gov.
Right.
You can find all the information about all the various collections that we have, and that will point you off to the different catalogs.
That's great. And you can do what I did if you're driving. I didn't want to write this down. I put in State Library, and it popped up for me. So
you can just Google South Carolina State Library, and we should pop up. One of the other collections that I think is important to note is South Carolina state government documents. We actually have a digitization project where we take a lot of state documents in our collection, and also ones that we might receive or ones that are already in digital format.
Right.
And we post them in the catalog. So if you're looking for like a 1920s state document from the Department of Education, like a directory or something, that's probably already scanned in online through our website, and you can pull it up as a PDF just on your computer. So you don't even have to come down to visit the library. We'd love to have you come down, but you can do a lot from your computer.
And there's a lot of, once again, like really obscure stuff that's in the, to give you an example, we have the annual reports for the South Carolina State Hospital, like patient records, what kind of
far before HIPAA, I'm sure.
Right. But we have a lot of stuff like that that's just in that collection that you can pull from if you're looking for some. Honestly, if it's a facet of South Carolina history and you're looking for it, we probably have it in some form.
Boy, I bet Indiana Jones wishes that he had access to the South Carolina State Library is what I'm saying, guys.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's amazing all of the stuff we do. One of the other large statewide programs that we offer is Discus, which is South Carolina's virtual library. Oh, wow. So we provide a series of databases, and they're available to anyone in the state through, just your computer at home, or if you're at a college or school.
Right.
What we do is we do a process called geolocation IP authentication. So
yes, I knew that was going to be my second guess.
Everybody does that. So what we do is we actually are able to verify if that computer is in South Carolina so that someone can automatically log in.
Oh, wow.
And we even have like auto repair guides that are online. We have different magazine databases that it goes a step beyond just Googling something.
Sure.
A lot of these are full text magazine articles. There are newspapers online.
Yeah, because if you do it on Google, they always want you to join. And they'll show you like a paragraph, and you want the rest. It's $5.95.
Exactly. And if you get frustrated with that, contact your local library or contact us. Go to our website, check out all the stuff we have. But also, librarians are the original Google.
The old school Google, right?
If you're having trouble finding something, call your local library, call the reference department or the research department, come to the state library. A lot of library websites actually have a feature where you can chat with the librarian.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Is she going to give me the shh if I chat too loud with her? I'm just curious.
There might be a few left who do that, but
you're typing too loud.
Most part, that's right.
You can't do all bold.
Gotcha. I'm talking with Sean Gruber, the Public Information Specialist, and Curtis Rogers, Communications Director of the South Carolina State Library here on Midlands Matters. But you guys have programs that go beyond just reading books and the research and the great services. You've got a program called Bountiful. What is that?
Well, so that is something that our exhibits and our exhibit committee has been putting together. November is Homelessness Awareness Month,
right.
And we wanted to reach out and help our community during this last half of October and part of November, especially with all the storms and natural disasters that we've dealt with over the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing with that is we have partnered with Harvest Hope Food Bank and with Oliver Gospel Mission.
Two great organizations, by the way, for the community, for sure.
And we are basically running a supply drive for them. The supplies that they need, we want to provide.
Right.
So we have a list of the items that they need on our website. So it's things, as far as the Oliver Gospel Kindness Kits, what we're going to be giving over to them. I mean, socks, Band-Aids, baby wipes, toothpaste. It goes a lot further than just food.
Things you don't think about. You think of a can of peas maybe to eat dinner, but you're right. You do need some socks and you do need toothpaste.
Right, exactly. And what we're looking for are the travel size. So, if you've been to a hotel, if you've been at a conference, if you've been on vacation and you happen to grab up all those things in the hotel bathroom, and they're just sitting there, bring them on down to the state library. We'll take them. We'll make sure that folks who are really in need get access to those.
And that goes for Harvest Hope as well, because, it goes beyond food. I mean, they need toiletries, they need diapers, they need plastic bags, all that stuff. So we're trying to basically knock all their needs out.
And this program is going on through the 1st of November for leading up to Homeless Awareness Month?
Right. So it started on October 18th.
Okay.
And it's going to
run. Tuesday, this past Tuesday.
And it will run to November 14th.
Okay.
And then at any given point during that run, just come to the South Carolina State Library with your supplies.
Sure.
We have boxes laid out there. Just come to the first floor, say this is what the donations are, put them in the box.
Perfect. Makes it too easy. The South Carolina State Library. What is the membership fee? I know, if you're a resident of Richland County, you can have a library card for free, but you got to pay if you're out. And the same thing goes, a lot of reciprocation for different counties. I want to come to the South Carolina State Library or use your online programs. How much is that going to cost me?
Well, the good thing about the state library is that instead of operating like a county library does, and, if you're out of county, you might have an out-of-county fee.
Right.
We are the state's library. So if you live in South Carolina, you can get a free library card with us.
Oh, you just stop talking and keep talking at the same time, Curtis.
Exactly. It's a great service. Like Sean said, we're part of the SC Lens Consortium, so we have a bunch of libraries that are a part of that statewide. It's really nice because we offer some unique services that maybe your local public library doesn't offer. Mm-hmm. We have a free notary service. So you can go to our website, click on the SC Residents link. Mm-hmm. You can see all of our services that are available for South Carolina residents. If you need something notarized, we will do that for free as well. You just set up an appointment.
Yeah, that saves you like $25 or more just off the top for a drive down. Quick question for you. Now, I'm a big fan. I'm a nostalgic guy. I'm a big fan of Ghostbusters, but the original, not the new one. I'm just going to let you know that both right now, gentlemen. The first scene in Ghostbusters in the library where they find the book stacked up and the librarian says, shh. Have you ever seen a ghost? Come on, tell me the truth.
Well, I can plug in one thing, actually.
I knew he could.
Something related to ghosts.
So something related to ghosts, if you're interested. Actually, on October 24th, next Monday, we're going to be hosting a ghost tour. We have Elizabeth West, a historian from USC.
All right.
And then a ghost storyteller. They're both coming to our library. There's going to be ghost stories told at the library. Then Elizabeth West is going to take us over to the USC Horseshoe and basically explain the history behind a lot of those stories and try and get at the origin of it. So, it's a free tour. You just go to our website to sign up, but you really need to do it quick because it's already
filling up. Yeah. In fact, the storyteller, ghost teller that we have is Tally Johnson.
Okay.
He's from he works at a library. He works at the Chester County Library.
Right.
But he's also an author. He's got 2 or 3 books out about ghost stories in South Carolina.
A lot of great stuff, a lot of information. We're going to go ahead and put links and everything you need at coladaily.com. You log on to coladaily.com, you'll see Midlands Matters, and you get the links for the South Carolina State Library. Sean Gruber, Public Information Specialist, and Curtis Rogers, Communications Director, South Carolina State Library, statelibrary.sc.gov, or you can just Google South Carolina State Library. So many cool services. The Bountify program is going to continue through November 14th. Get involved with that as well. Guys, thanks for coming in this morning on Midlands Matters. I honestly had no idea it was so robust and so free.
Yes.
I love it. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for listening to Midlands Matters. For local news and information every day, listen for the hometown headlines from coladaily.com and 94.3 The Dude.